Health literacy can affect all of us. I certainly have many occasions and many stories I can tell you when I didn't quite get it. If the information was about me or someone I particularly care about, I might get it after a while. But some people are even more disproportionately affected or have even more trouble. And I tend to focus on 6 reasons, but there's more than 6. No one's as, remember I told you I'm good at like writing things on one piece of paper. No one's as neat as all that. But I'd like to talk about factors of literacy. Yes, that is a factor. If you struggle to read or use the printed word, you almost certainly will have trouble with health understanding because so much of it is in print or on the web. But there are other issues have to do with age. Those of us who are older, certainly, we're dealing with more diseases and conditions and medications, and also life happens, and what that adds to a variable. But also the other end of age. For a young person who goes from going to the pediatrician with their parents to now being independently responsible for their own care, how do they understand and able to use health information? So literacy, age, language certainly is a factor. And in the United States, it's probably everywhere now, we're becoming a more multi-language society. And for someone to be able to speak in English, to talk about the weather or the movies or what to eat, they might be able to do that. But in healthcare, for all those hard how and why, cause and effect, decision-making conversations that are so difficult, it can take a lifetime to be able to talk about that. So language is a factor. Culture, certainly, the context of which we understand information, our values and our traditions and our habits. Another factor that I do not think gets enough attention has to do with the role of disability. And when I talk about if you have diminished or difficulty seeing or hearing or remembering, that's a hard way for information to come in and hard way to get information out. And another factor I always like to talk about, and certainly I have my own experience, has to do with emotion. And emotion, the sheer emotion of being scared or sick or cold or in pain, topped off by all the cognitive challenges that individuals are facing, and then the emotions and the depression and stress and all that is happening in there. Those can all affect health understanding. Now, we don't always carry all of those all the time, but I do like to say that in ways, health literacy is this great equal opportunity employer. At one time or another, we can all struggle to understand health information.